As a parent, you begin to create and recognize how to use the gentle, soft touch of original play to both prevent contest behavior and the stress associated with contest behavior, the aggression associated with contest, and the victimization, and give your children skills to move out of the family into the world, into the community, into the school, so that they don't need to be afraid of bullies at school. The skills are both emotional skills and they're physical skills to tell the difference between good and bad touch. And the adult doesn't say to the child, now I'm teaching you here about how to handle bullying. Now notice that I do not do revenge. There's no verbal interactions at all. And it's the parent's interaction with the child in the play that presents those skills. The physical fact that the parent did not take revenge, did not become a victim, did not create bullying, is the mentoring process. The parent needs to remember that they themselves cannot be a bully at home. That means dad can't be bullying mom. That means mom can't be bullying kids, because that's what they're mentoring then. They're mentoring bullying. So that may require in some families that mom and dad give up the roles that they're used to. The mom and dad have to let go of being mom and dad while they're playing. They can have it back when they get out. But while they're playing, they're a playmate, they're not a parent. And that allows the safety for the child to step in and play. Without that, there's no play. I do not tickle children even who ask me, because it's taking control of another person's body. In play, you never take control of another person's body. You don't hit, you don't grab, you don't tickle, you don't pin, so that the child feels safe. You're not going to physically and emotionally trap them. That's how the child can decide, this is safe for me. I know that mom and dad are not going to do something that makes me afraid, that makes me cry, that makes me hurt. The child begins to learn, my dad, my mom, when I did something wrong, they don't attack me. I don't feel like a victim. They weren't a victim. Well, now when something happens on the street or at school, they can model the behavior that the parents did with them. And when I'm playing in a classroom anywhere in the world, after I have played, what I do is bring all the kids close to me. And we sit down and I say to them, when I play, do I hit? And they go, no. When I play, do I kick? No. When I play, do I hurt? No. I say, that's what play is. Play is not hurting. And if anybody does something to you that hurts you, you say, that's not play, I don't want to do that. When I say that I allow kids to do whatever they want to do with me, that's true. But I do not allow them to hurt me. When kids pile on top of me, that's perfectly fine, because I know exactly what to do. Just for a second, will you guys pile on top of me?
Okay.
Notice that when we started and there was a little one underneath me, that I'm over the top using the arms so that the weight that's on top of me does not transfer down. That when I move to the ground, I don't just flop down. That with this arm, I slid myself to the ground.
Can you take it?
So that there's no collapse. And once I'm down and they started to pile on each other, then I start to roll. So you don't allow a pile to become static. That's when the injury can go right down through it. You're always looking for motion and movement. And who is where in that pile? Part of my job is that I present myself in a way that I am accessible to each child who's playing.
As a dad, the workshop has changed the way I approach Jade and playing with Jade. Before, I would say, no hitting, no pushing, and then she would come back and push me more and punch me more. And then that was the end of the playing. The best thing that I learned from the workshop was basically, for kids, no rules. Grown-ups, yes, we do have rules like not hurting and no tickling. Not having to tickle allowed me to expand my variety of plays. And it was like a magic. Because there's no rule and she doesn't resist against the rule, she becomes very gentle. And I feel like more like a real dad instead of a person imposing these rules.
With my dad, when I wrestled with him, I would often jump up on him from behind and like climb on him, and he would like, when he was talking to people, and when I was like wrestling with him, when I would like kick him and punch him and hit him and stuff, he would like just kind of grab my arms and like, no. And now, like when I start hitting him and punching him and kicking him, he doesn't do that.
Now, with no rules and more body contact, it gives kind of a natural flow of activities and fun things to do. So I became a lot more natural player. You know, I don't have the kind of a performance anxiety as a dad.
It was really good for Yun and I because we'd had different approaches and different styles before, and it was kind of unifying for us. We've gotten more physical. We've realized more of the importance of kind of getting on the floor and wrestling around. And that's the one thing that I think Fred was really about, is contact. It's about kind of playful but very profoundly contactful play.
Original play is about giving and receiving love and keeping your kids safe. Create a space within a home that's soft, could carpeting, mats, pillows, anything that the floor is soft, and that the edges of that environment are not sharp. Doesn't have to be big, but it needs to be safe. When you get down to play, get down, be quiet, and let go. Do not talk when you play, because adults tend to control, manage, and direct. When you are playing, at the moment that you're going to play, get on the ground or you're sitting on the couch or you're on the bed, whatever, wherever it is, when you're in play, you're 100% present there with that person or those people. It means you're not thinking about dinner, about the report that's due tomorrow, about the cell phone call that you want to get over to. You forget everything except be there for the person who is there. 100%. If it's 1 minute, that's fine. It'd be 100%. The new role for mom and dad that original play provides is that you're creating safety in relationship. That means you have to give up that position of manage, direct, control in order to learn what children have to teach.